In three, two, one, cue the music. Yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, NASM Master Trainer Tony Ariola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in last week. Last week we had an incredibly powerful show, got a lot of good feedback, and there's a lot of reasons why weight loss feels so hard. I mean, I wish it wasn't that hard. It's so complicated and it's so easy to put on weight, especially during this COVID period. It seems like it just happens like snap. Before you know it, you look and my wetsuit's not fitting me no more. These little tights don't look so good. It's not fun wearing tights when you don't fit in them. I'll tell you that right now. Spandex is just not the hottest look. So on today's episode, we're going to cover a lot of good stuff. The other half of more of the mindset of what it takes to actually succeed in fitness. As always, thank you guys for jumping in. Hi, Diana. Hi, Courtney. Kona is actually on watching as well. So hi, Kona. Thank you guys for jumping into my live show. I really appreciate it. This week, we're going to tackle mindset. We're going to talk about how to form habits, and not just any type of habits, just how habits work, especially tiny habits that will help you move in the right direction. We're going to talk about what progress looks like, and I'm going to give you a proven strategy to help you succeed in this game, because everybody deserves to be fit, right? Health and happiness should be standard for everybody. As always, use the hashtag Mighty Muscle. I'm actually giving away some more personal training for myself through my online program, which is new. It's coming on strong. People are seeing good results. Just got off a call today with one of our clients, and she's just doing amazing. So enter in hashtag Mighty Muscle, and we'll put you in there. Hi, Doreen. Thanks for jumping. Aloha. So let's go over what happened last week. On last week's episode, 5 reasons why fat loss feels impossible. Number 1 was the most important, was if you don't understand fat loss. And what I mean by not understanding it means you have to explain it. Energy in, energy out. Move more, eat less. Move more, eat less. Do that, you win. Reason number 2 was that you're eating too much. That's probably the biggest reason why people fail. And it doesn't have to be that you're eating too much. You're eating too many calories for your body. So you could be eating too much good things. Like, I know walnuts are delicious, but they're kind of high in calories, so you kind of have to watch them. You just may be eating too many calories for your body. Now, if you're eating donuts and hamburgers, well, there you go. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. The third reason was you're not moving enough. And that's, you're maybe on lockdown. People aren't as active right now, so you're burning a lot less calories than you would on a regular day. So that could be another reason. The fourth reason was mindset. You don't really understand that. Once you understand the game, right? The game is energy in, energy out. That's how you play. If you don't understand that, then it doesn't matter. But once you understand the game, which, I'm looking at people on, we do understand the game. Now it's why it's a simple game, but it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. In theory, right? Eat less, move more. I get it. But the real magic comes in that space between the ears, the application. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The fifth reason that I see all the time is unrealistic expectations, right? You're like, go shopping, you get your produce, you're all excited. And then you walk by and like Holly Berry lost 18 pounds in 4 days. And it took me like 4 months. Right? So and then it feeds into us because we're humans and we want that instant gratification. The problem is that weight loss doesn't work like that. It doesn't care that you want it faster. This is just math. So it's going to take a while. So if you have unrealistic expectations, you're going to set yourself up for failure because it's going to take a long time, no matter what. Even if you don't like it, it's still going to take a long time. So let's just jump into that was last week. So if you want to go back, watch last week's show and then watch this show. It'll be hard because this one's live. So I challenge you to do it. Now, let's get into the scale. If you're only using the scale to measure your progress, the scale is going to lie to you. Some days the scale's going to like you and it's going to tell you a good story. And some days the scale's not going to like you and it's going to tell you a bad story. The problem with that is, let me pull out do I have my nerdy calculator? Oh yeah, I do have my nerdy calculator. I still have it from school. I'm a nerd, by the way. Engineering and economics is what I studied. So I got one of those dorky calculators, and I know how to use it. I didn't even know how like the graph things work. But your weight, so say you're 180 pounds, and one day it can vary anywhere from 2 to 5%. Your weight can vary from 2 to 5%. What that means is you can go up 3 pounds, down 3 pounds, or you can go down 9 pounds and up 9 pounds in one day. That's a lot. So the problem with that is that when it fluctuates too much, so it's kind of going up. And I made a nice little graph here. Let me show you in the stream. You can see, wow, look at that. Look at the penmanship on that. This is using a program called Paint. I can put a link in the description if you want to use this program. It's called Paint. But you can see the trend here with the weight 180, 175, 179, 174, and it's bouncing up and down, up and down. Now, the top are, if you guys remember the graphs from physics in school and stuff, you want to measure peak to peak. So you want to measure the 180 to the 179. That's the change. Or you can go 174 to 173. What people cheat is, and they measure from 179.5 to 173. So that's a huge change, but that's not fair because you measure from the peak to the trough. If this was school, the teacher will write a big X on it. Wrong. You can't measure change like that. So don't do it with the scale. And the scale is only one indicator. You want to use a lot of indicators. How are your clothes fitting? Are you feeling better about yourself? Are you sleeping more? Things like that. Is a urine clear? All these things matter more than just the scale. The scale is an indicator, but it's just an indicator. It doesn't tell the full story. Pictures, right? Pictures tell a pretty big story as well. So don't pay too much attention to the scale. It should be generally moving in the right direction. Like the trend should be coming down, but don't get too upset when it goes up and don't get too excited when it goes down. Yeah, Dory, you like it? Paint. The next thing, let's get rid of this guy, is you're thinking too big. What I mean by thinking too big is that you're thinking, oh, well, I just need to lose 25 pounds. Like, okay, it's a lot. 25 pounds is a lot to lose. That's a huge change. If you got to lose like 30 pounds or 50 pounds, I mean, you're talking not about even bigger change. Now we're talking about 80 to 100 bigger change. And the problem with thinking these huge changes is you got in this situation by performing certain habits over and over again. That's what got you in this situation, going to the same restaurants or too many happy hours, French fries, or whatnot. You got in the situation by making certain choices. So to back out of it, it's going to take a while. So you don't want to be thinking too big. You actually want to be thinking in small, simple steps, small wins. Small wins will get you there because they're little bite-sized chunks that can make progress. So think of it like this. You want to make good habits easy and you want to make bad habits hard. So what can you do now around the house that will make your bad habits hard? So for a lot of us, the pantry is a problem because there's chips in there and it's so tasty. So when you walk by, the pantry might be like, hey, there's snacks in here for you. Snacks. You're like, I know my trainer said I shouldn't eat snacks, but damn it, those chips look so good and that crunch is just. The problem with that is that you make it easy. Make that bad habit hard. Move the chips, move them to the back of the pantry, move them away from sight, get them out of where people can grab. You know, it's crazy when people have those bowls and they have like little candies in front and people walk by and just pop the candies because it's easy. Make bad habits hard. What I do is I like beer. Ice cold beer is really good. So and I know if it's late, I'm tired, I'm gonna want a beer at night. So what I do is I put them in the cupboard because a warm beer doesn't look good. So I make the bad habit hard. And if I'm like throwing it in the freezer, trying to like make it freeze real quick, then I got a problem. So focus on tiny habits. For nutrition, you can talk about switching Coke for Diet Coke, small change. You can eat half your food at your next meal. Again, small change. You can slow down consumption. So when you're eating, breathe, put down the fork, pause, and that would actually slow down the rate of your eating. Give your body a chance to digest. That would also help you eat less calories. So really tiny habits, really small changes will get you to that big result. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and shoot me the question in the comments, and I'll answer those at the end. This one's really cool. So this is kind of a new study that Precision Nutrition came out with, and this is pretty clear data. This is from about a year, 1,000 clients, and nearly 1 million data points, which is really cool. Let me show you the graph of what the research shows, so you can kind of see. Let me get rid of this guy. So these are people that in a year, right? We always think about perfection when it comes to weight loss. We want to be perfect. We got to do the 10,000 steps, the eat 1,200 calories, the stretching, the water, like sleep 7.5 hours, all that stuff. And what they found was that even if you're only consistent 50% of the time, so half the time you did pretty good, the other time you kind of messed up, but you did it for a year, you still ended up losing around 11 pounds. That's everybody. So if you're just being consistent, you have a pretty good chance of success, which is awesome. It gives hope to everybody. So don't beat yourself up too much if you don't get it right away, because it's hard. I get it. Weight loss, any type of behavioral change is difficult. So don't, be kind to yourself, self-love, acceptance, all that stuff. Be your own best friend. Like you're with yourself a lot of the time, I'm assuming. So you want to tell yourself a good story. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself and be consistent. Be it, hey, you didn't do so well today, but tomorrow's another day, or you're not doing as bad. Turns out not doing as bad actually does work, which is great news for everybody. It's like 11 pounds. That's pretty cool. All right, everybody. Yeah, emoji party. Dun, 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 dun. Hit those likes, loves, happy guys, little laughing guy. Yeah. What's up, IGTV, YouTube, everybody? It's a happy party. We're going to get in shape. We're going to get rid of this quarantine 15. Since the pandemic is over, I don't think it's over, but it looks like it, I guess. The next one is pretty cool. This is something you might not be familiar with, and it's called smashing your ants. There's an ant right there. What's an ant? An ant is an automatic negative thought. So, for instance, I'm gonna go live on Facebook. You suck on Facebook. You mumble. You blah blah blah. You just go out. These are automatic negative thoughts, and you gotta smash those things. You gotta find them, because we want to be kind to yourself. We want self-acceptance, and if you're kind to yourself, it turns out it increases your self-esteem, confidence, and you're gonna actually accomplish more. Now, this goes back to those little habits. If you set a little habit of not, turning off your TV at, say, 10:30 at night, and you do that tonight, it's a small change, but it's going to help you sleep better. That small change will give you a win, and that small win will build momentum. And as you build momentum, then you can start adding more and more things. So it starts with being kind to yourself, smashing those automatic negative thoughts. And if you remember last week, how we kind of beat these things up, which we identified them, try to find the origin. Where did this negative thought start? Find it, right? Look for the facts. What does the facts really say? Am I really a terrible swimmer? Have I always failed at weight loss? Always is a pretty strong word. I mean, when have you really, really tried? Like professional intent and all that good stuff. Like your hardest, right? And the last one is that we want to change that. So we want to change by adding the word yet. So I haven't mastered weight loss yet. I haven't mastered self-talk yet. I still haven't got all the right habits yet. That simple change in your language will help power different parts of the brain that will give you a better chance to succeed. Now try that. Try that verbiage to yourself, and you're going to find that you're going to feel a lot better, a lot more uplifting, and a lot more capable of real sustained change. Let's keep moving on. Thank you guys for jumping on. Now, mistake number 10 is you don't set a schedule for anything. You don't have a planner. You have the day just kind of happens, and you hope you exercise, and you hope you get to the grocery store, and you hope you get to bed on time, and you hope, and the day's all mismanaged. If you don't make time, it won't happen because it's not important. Like I talked about a couple weeks ago, exercise and your health needs to be in the busy, because if you're not taking care of your health, who's going to do it? You only get one body. You don't get an extra one. Some people take. I remember one time I had a client who, we were in not good conditions. We are pretty bad out of shape, and I said, hey, this is what it's going to take for you to get in shape. She said, you know what, tonight I just don't have the money. It's not in my budget. And said, okay, like I met I'm more on the expensive side. And then we got to her car, and she had a beautiful car, rims, like it was decked to the nine. And then I thought, I didn't say anything, but then I thought, like, wow, you really invest a lot in your car that's going to last you about 5 years, but you don't invest in your health. That's going to be with you the rest of your life. So if you don't invest in your health and happiness, then I don't know what else you could be investing in. That's so important. So make sure your health and your happiness are in the busy. You're going to love next week's show because next week is all about time management. We're going to talk about kids, puppies, work, annoying husband, cousins, family, like how to get everything in so that you still can execute on your health and fitness, because there's excuses, but we're not going to take excuses. We want to make sure that we're living our best life, like the hashtag, living our best life. Yeah. Okay. Let me give you guys a bonus tip. When you're going after this thing, you're trying it alone. And if you're trying it alone and you failed alone, you're not going to succeed with alone again. You need to get some help. Get some professional help, someone that knows what they're doing. Ideally, you don't want to take advice from somebody who's worse off than you. Let me say that again. You don't want to take advice from someone who's worse off than you. Because I see that a lot. Hey, you should try this. Do that. And I look at them like, wow, that person is giving fitness advice. Like, what am I doing? Like, I should just be like that guy. That guy doesn't. So you really want to make sure that you're finding out the real experts in this. That's why I put this show on, is to give you guys clarity and fight fitness fakes, because I know everyone's an expert in fitness, but yet we're all, most of the population is terribly out of shape. If you need my help, feel free to reach out. I have online training. I'm not doing live sessions right now, but I have virtual programs, or even just send me a note for any type of questions. I'm here to help you as much as I can. That's what I love doing. That's my gift to the world, is spreading health and happiness. Is really like, that's my purpose. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, let's look at the exercise spotlight for this week. And this week, I picked the easy one that I think isn't explained right. So let's go ahead and hit it.
Feet hip joint, hands aligned with the elbows, abs tight, butt tight, chin tucked in, come down about 5 inches, push up and squeeze, nice and controlled.
So this is a push-up, or the first version of a plank. Now you can see here that this exercise is pretty versatile. It works the abs, the chest is a primary muscle. You're working the triceps, but from here, what some of the minor things that you can do is make sure that your feet are straight, the wrists are straight, that chin is tucked in so that ears aligned with the body. And you actually want to squeeze your abs, your butt, and your quads. So those three muscles, abs, butt, and quads, and really come down nice and controlled. Now, if you can't do a push-up the whole way, what you can do is actually hold this position. So you would hold this position for 2 or 3 seconds, bring your knees down, rest, 2, 3, and then come back up and hold 1, 2, 3, and then back down. And that's how you start building to do push-ups. One of my oldest clients, she's in her 70s, and that's the exercise that we're doing. And my oldest client, who's 94, that's exactly what we're working on. He does these, but he does them kind of like on a couch or like on a table, so that you can also do them like on a wall or anywhere like that. But it's very versatile. You can do that at home. You don't need much equipment. And we've been doing, since this COVID thing happened, is a good workout that's going to take you less than 10 minutes is to just go on the ground and see how many push-ups you can do. And why don't you guys do that? See how many push-ups you can do. And then next week, comment, say how many you can do. And I would like to see the numbers. Hopefully you can beat me. I used to be able to do a lot, but getting old, chasing puppies around. All right. So it's time for our free drawing. And we have the most contestants that we ever had on our show. We're up to like 6. So this is for free training, online training through the TVP app. And this is going out to drum roll. Dania. Yeah. She actually asked our question today too. Yeah. So Dania, will contact you. We'll get you started on your free online training, and we'll make it happen. It's what we do. And she actually asked me the question last week of what about intermittent fasting? So that's Denia from Santa Ana, and it's a good question. I get asked about it a lot, and I went ahead and did some research and try to figure out like what does the data say. And as much as you want to believe that fasting is a fast way to lose weight, it really isn't. It's just a different way. Because remember, we talked about energy in and energy out. If you eat less and move more, you're going to get there faster. And if you eat nothing and move a lot, obviously you're going to lose weight a lot faster. The problem with that is that you might not feel good. You might get light, and I've had clients do it. You might get lightheaded. You might feel like you're lost, lethargic. So there's different variations of how the intermittent fasting works. You can do it from 6 to 8 hours, 12 to 24. Some people even do 48 hours. The one thing that I really like about intermittent fasting is it helps you practice the skill that you need to be successful with any diet, and that is mastering hunger. So right now, when you're hungry, what happens? You eat. You're like, okay, I'm hungry. Let me put something in my mouth. But with the fasting, what it actually does help you do is it helps you fight that hunger feeling, so you can go longer without feeling like you need to eat. You need to eat. So my best advice for the intermittent fasting is I try it. I do it sometimes. I'll do like a morning fast or whatever. Not because I'm gonna rev up my metabolism and take it to the nth degree. No, that's not it. I'm not hungry in the morning, so I just don't eat. I can just operate fine off of coffee, which is okay. What you want to do is really find what works best for you. You're the expert of your fitness, so find what works best for you. Doreen has a question. She says, some people say she eats 6 times a day. Others preach to do keto, intermittent fasting. How do you know what is right? I just answered that. So she's asking 6 times a day, intermittent fasting, keto. How do you know which is right? And the answer is you have to find out what's right for you and what works for you. There really is no cookie cutter. Some of us struggle more with the mental aspect. Some people cut carbs. And remember, carbs hold water, hydrate. So you're going to lose water weight pretty quick. But the scale doesn't tell the whole story, because even if you lost 10 pounds of water, you're still going to look the same. So Doreen, the short answer is you need to find what works for you. And ultimately, it's going to be eat less and move more. Eat less, move more. Just really find something that works for you. Thank you guys for everybody that's jumped on in. I think the Fitness Avengers we're over 140 members going strong. If you guys want to jump in that growing community, go in and provide more videos and just more support for you guys. Use the hashtag Mighty Muscle. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. Diana, Nicole, Doreen, Courtney, Kona, everybody. Thank you much for supporting the show. I work really hard on the show and really try to give you guys the best content to be there for you. Fat loss is hard. Weight loss is hard. Gaining shape is hard. But I know that my purpose in life is to spread health and happiness to the world. And so that's my goal each and every single week. That's why I get up at 3 a.m, super excited to just come on here and share my message. And I hope that it resonates with you, and help me help other people, so we can all have health and happiness. That's really what it's all about. We have that. We would have a good country, right? We wouldn't be fighting with each other, and we wouldn't be doing all those crazy things. So stay strong, people. Stay healthy. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the skinny side. Yeah. Cue the music. Wait, how come there's so many me's out there? We want to get rid of at least some of them. Get rid of that one. Make this one small. Can you hear the music? Yeah. See you guys next week. We're going to make time. Make time. Yeah.